Okay, so the question asks, find the average rate of change of f of x equals negative 3x cubed on closed interval negative 1 to negative 1 plus h. So first of all, the average rate of change formula is f of b minus f of a, and then whole thing divided by b minus a. So pretend that this is your b and negative 1 is your a. All right, so let's just plug them in. So you're going to have f of b, which is negative 1 plus h, and then minus f of a, which is going to be f of negative 1, and then whole thing divided by b, which is negative 1 plus h, and then minus a. So you're going to have a minus 1. All right, so then the denominator is going to be negative 1 plus h plus 1, so it's just going to become h. But let me just try to work this piece by piece. So first, let me take this, and then let's work it on the side. Okay, so the side work, that stands for side work. Let's compute f of negative 1 plus h first. Okay, so then this becomes negative 3 times negative 1 plus h cubed. So which means that this is negative 3 times negative 1 plus h, negative 1 plus h, and then another negative 1 plus h. All right, so first let's multiply these two. Now remember, negative 3 has to be multiplied to the whole thing. So next step, make sure that you're going to have a bracket here. Okay, so now let's FOIL. Then you're going to have positive 1, and then minus h plus h squared. And then you're going to have negative 1 plus h. All right, so let's just clean it up. So that's negative 3 times 1 minus 2h plus h squared. And then negative 1 plus h. Okay, now we're going to multiply these two inside of the bracket. So here you're going to have negative 3. All right, now let's multiply this. You're going to have a negative 1 plus h. And then you're going to have a positive 2h minus 2h squared. And then minus h squared plus h cubed. All right, so then let's just combine what we can. So this is negative 3. You got negative 1, and then I can combine 1h plus 2h, what's going to give us plus 3h. And then you got negative 2h minus 1h, negative 2h squared minus h squared. So that's going to give us minus 3h squared, and then plus h cubed. Now distributing the negative 3 in, then you're going to get 3 minus 9h plus 9h squared, and then minus 3h squared. All right, I think that's simplified enough, right? No, h cubed, no? Sorry about that. So that's the last one should be h cubed. Okay, so did I do that right? I think this is okay. All right, so let me just box that. So that's the side work for f of negative 1 plus h. Now let's take a look at the f of negative 1. I think that one should be okay, but let's just do this. So as a side work, let me just, where can I do this? Okay, let me just go over here. So I'm going to do the side work for f of negative 1. So after computing f of negative 1 plus h, this one's going to be easy peasy. So that's going to be negative 3 times negative 1 to the third power. Now, if you multiply negative 1 3 times, then do you see that you're going to have a negative 1? So here, our answer is going to be 3. And if you compute the denominator, then do you see that it becomes negative 1 plus 1, so this is going to cancel out. So only thing you're going to have left over is the h. All right, so keep that in mind. And now let's put them all together. All right, so then this now becomes 3 minus 9h plus 9h squared minus 3h cubed. And then minus f of negative 1. So you're gonna have a minus 3, and then whole thing divided by h. So this gives us, so let me see what cancels. 3 and a negative 3 can get canceled out. Okay, so then you're going to have to simplify this all the way. So do you remember this property of fraction? If I have like a plus b over c, that's a over c plus the b over c. So split up those into little fractions. So here you're going to have a negative 9h over h plus 9h squared over h minus 3h cubed over h. Is that it? Yep. So then h can get canceled. So here you're just going to get negative 9. And then one of the h can get canceled here. So next term is going to be plus 9h. Right? And then the next one is going to be cancel out the one of the h's. So this exponent becomes 2. So here you're going to have 3 and then h squared. And I think this is okay. All right, let me box that for the final answer. Oh, and if they want you to factor out the 3, you can. I don't know if you can see that. So this is the equivalent of saying, gosh, okay, so this is same thing as factoring out the negative 3. Then you're going to have a h squared. And then you're going to get minus 3h and then plus 3. It's exactly the same thing. All right, well, I'm just going to box this too. There you go.